Western Conference storylines entering NBA playoffs are Rockets favored over Warriors. Could Golden State and number 39's run be over, or will it simply be put on pause? The Houston Rockets pose the biggest threat in years to the Warriors and number 39, dynasty, and there could be a new finals representative from the Western Conference. There will also be consequences as a result of postseason performances, and not all of the impact will be felt this year. Teams like Oklahoma City and New Orleans must have strong showings as a way to appeal to stars this summer and beyond. Here are the top storylines heading into the Western Conference playoffs. You know the stories that haunt the Rockets by now. Paul is widely considered one of the greatest point guards of all time, yet the nine-time All-Star hasn't been able to reach the conference finals in 9 postseason tries. Harden is coming off the kind of playoff collapse in 2017 that tainted his otherwise spectacular season. He faded late in a Game 5 overtime loss to San Antonio in the second round only to disappear almost completely in the series-ending Game 6 loss to the Kawhi Leonard-less Spurs. This is their first time taking on the playoff challenge together, and their time for redemption is now. What's more, Coach Mike D'Antoni is still in pursuit of his first title and would be the oldest coach, at 66, to win a championship. Golden State's would-be dynasty is entering fascinating territory, as a failed attempt at defending their title could inspire introspection as their San Francisco future nears. New arena opens in 2019-20. While Steph Curry is signed on his $201 million max deal through 2022 and Kevin Durant is expected to sign a new deal this summer, Klay Thompson is a free agent in the summer of 2019 and Draymond Green in 2020. There are extension possibilities for both All-Stars before then and a potentially uncomfortable connection between those respective negotiations. If the Warriors fall flat, and likely being without Curry, strained MCL, for the first round doesn't help, owner Joel Lacob and general manager Bob Myers might have some re-evaluating to do. More NBA since January 1st, the Blazers have more wins, 30, than the Warriors, Thunder and Cavs while Damian Lillard has entered the MVP conversation and CJ McCollum has been more star than sidekick. Portland has been in this same orbit for years. Among the Western Conference's best yet not nearly as dangerous as Golden State or, this year, Houston. They'll benefit from home court advantage and, unlike last year, won't have to see the Warriors in the first round. Getting more from Jusuf Nurkic, a pivotal addition last year, could make them a conference finalist, and they'd benefit from the return of Mo Harkless, who could return soon after knee surgery. The Thunder might have the most at stake this postseason, and it's not dependent how on far they go. The Thunder bet big on last summer's Paul George deal, hoping that surrounding him with reigning MVP Russell Westbrook, future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony and blossoming big man Steven Adams would be enough to entice him to stay in free agency. If you parse his words, it seems like the Thunder have made a favorable impression given that George has recently talked about recruiting others this offseason. It's not championship or bust, as he said, but there is definitely pressure to survive the first round. Anthony Davis has been to the postseason one time since he was drafted in 2012. A 2-year postseason absence has done nothing but stir up conjecture that he'll eventually look for greener pastures when he becomes a free agent in 2021. In the here and now, the Pelicans have to appeal to free agent to-be DeMarcus Cousins, who ruptured his Achilles in January, officially putting the burden on making the postseason on Davis. Since the injury, Davis has led the NBA in scoring, 30.1, is 6th in rebounds, 12.0, and is first in blocks, 3.1. Now that the Pelicans have made the playoffs, they must prove if they have any staying power. It's hard to forget Greg Popovich's pointed criticism of Aldridge during last year's conference finals against Golden State. Popovich accused Aldridge of being timid, and though he was trying to inspire him, the move backfired. After a trade request and some honest dialogue, Aldridge felt comfortable enough to not only sign an extension with the Spurs, but also to embrace his role as the offensive fulcrum. This postseason, likely without Kawhi Leonard, Aldridge must prove he can be trusted and show that last year's career-low postseason averages were an aberration. Follow USA Today Sports and number 39, Sam Amick and Michael Singer on Twitter.